blended her passion for music with her commitment to helping others. Sometimes I wonder how people are able to do all this. Huh? It's not an easy thing to do, and you realize that's why it says that she is seamlessly blending her passion for music with her commitment to helping others. Now, she's the award-winning artist behind the album The Journey, which has earned her significant recognition, including the prestigious Sammys Award and the title of Best Female Vocalist of the Year in gospel music at the just ended Ghana Music Awards USA. Now, beyond her music career, Dr. Kutin is a compassionate philanthropist, running a foundation that supports the disadvantaged in society. Her work through this foundation reflects her deep sense of service, aiming to uplift and provide for vulnerable communities. Dr. Kutin continues to inspire through both her music and her humanitarian efforts. Good morning, Dr. Ama. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for asking.
Thank you for having me on the show.
And the song that we just played before coming on air, Inyunyam,
Yes.
it features Coda.
Yes.
What was what inspired that song?
So that song was actually written during COVID,
Okay.
during the pandemic. As you said before, I'm a physical therapist in Syracuse, New York. I work in a hospital setting, and seeing how much people were suffering, young and old, having difficulty breathing, having difficulty moving, having difficulty doing activities of daily living, I just had to thank God for the blessing of life. And so that's where the inspiration came from, and I decided to do it in a different style, in blues, and Coda produced the song and also sang on it.
Okay. And speaking of Coda,
Yes.
fondest memories?
Yes, I have great memories of him. May his soul rest in peace.
Absolutely. Now let's delve into our conversation and why we're here today.
Yes,
Now, I mentioned that as part of your introduction, you're seamlessly blending physiotherapy with your love for music. How are you able to do that?
It's only by the grace of God, though. It's tough, because I have a full-time career, and then plus I'm adding music to it. I'm also, a mother of two and a wife. So it's difficult, but God gives us the strength to do all of it.
And at which point did you know that you wanted to sing at this level? Because a lot of the times people we'll be singing in our bathroom, singing to our family, singing in church, but at this level where it's more to a lot more people, at which point did you decide that this is what you wanted to do?
So I've been singing from a young age, from about 8. I'm a pastor's child.
Okay.
So I've been singing at church, since about 7 or 8.
Okay.
But at the turning point for me was when I met Coda, actually.
Okay.
Working with him on the Journey album kind of gave me perspective. I said, maybe I need to take this, seriously. Maybe we have something here. So I think with his guidance and his advice, I decided to go for it.
Now to women in worship. Someone was saying that these days the only time you hear Jeremy's voice is when she's doing the promo ad for women in worship, because she's deeply passionate about God as well. What is the brain behind women in worship? Okay. All right. All right. So I think that there's a little mix-up with regard to my guest, but that's fine. We've been talking on the main subject already, and it's all related to the love of God.
Yes.
Now, let's remain on you and you saying that you worked with Coda and it brought some insight with regard to maybe this is something you could do at a bigger level. Now, when you decided to do that, was it easy?
No, it's never an easy decision to add a second career to your life. I mean, the time factor, the financial factor of it all. But I felt God's push, you know, guiding me in this direction, and I just decided to go for it. You know, I keep getting inspiration, keep writing songs, keep meeting the right people, and I have to, you know, send a shout out to my team, 77 Africa, who have been phenomenal in repackaging me and presenting me to the world in a way that is more relatable.
Okay.
So shout out to you, 77 Africa, to my boss, Akwesie J and K. Thank you so much for all that you do for Kutin.
And first, for specifically in relation to the Journey album, how many tracks do you have on it?
10.
10. And Inyam is one of them?
Yes.
Okay. What are the other ones that we have?
So we have Eyadum, which is more of a ballad.
Okay.
Sermon, which is a little bit more jazzy. I just released the video for Thank You.
Thank you. Okay, let me see if I have that here.
Yeah, which is more jazz, funk, a little old school in there. We have, I think, an a cappella song on there.
Okay. So I think I have Thank You, I have Eyadum, and then I have Wait featuring
The Manifest.
The Manifest.
Yeah, so that's
so
an acapella
I was
song.
confused. I was
Yes.
Manifest. Is it M. Dot or
No. So not the Manifest, the rapper. It's the Manifest acapella group.
Acapella group.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about Thank You.
Yes.
The Thank You track.
So Thank You was inspired by some of my friendships. You know, when you go through life, you go through a lot of things. And we usually write songs to thank God, but I wanted to write songs to appreciate my friends.
Okay.
And celebrate, you know, godly friendships, because, you know, when you go through those dark moments, you need friends around you who will pray for you, who will stand in the gap for you, who will push you, who will encourage you. And after you go through that moment, just saying thank you is not enough.
Absolutely.
You know, sometimes celebrating them, you know, is more appropriate. So that's what Thank You is about.
And I what you just said just reminds me that sometimes we underestimate the power of friendships, what they can do for us, and how most of our friends are there for us. Let's listen to Thank You, and then when we return, we'll also talk about Eyadum.
Okay.
This one is for you, my loved ones.
In fact, I probably would have to infuse a song as part of the songs we play on the Morning Star to encourage people to appreciate their friends as well. It's very important. So what would you say is your style of music? Because we've had a ballad. You talked about a ballad earlier. You talked about blues. This one is a little bit funky, right?
I have a wide range. Yeah, because I love all sorts of music.
Okay.
You know, I have a reggae song, and you know, on the next upcoming albums that we're working on, you know, we might have some African rhythms. You know, some piano in there. I'm just jack of all.
So you're moved by the spirit, if I can say.
Yes.
So you look at the lyrics, and then if the spirit says this one can be a little bit jumpy.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time people like to box themselves, but I'm seeing that a lot more people are becoming more liberal with regard to what they do. They don't like to label a particular song that they a particular category that they think they're in. But congratulations once again
Thank you.
on winning the Sammys as well.
Thank
How
you.
did it feel?
I mean, it was a shock. The Sammys especially because, so Sammys is Syracuse Area Music Awards. And Syracuse is in upstate New York, so 4 hours away from New York City, where it's predominantly Caucasian. And here I am, a Ghanaian gospel artist, winning an award in a predominantly Caucasian, predominantly secular arena.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a shock for me.
But it was a pleasant shock, wasn't it?
It was a blessing. And most of my album, I think about 60% of the album is in Chi.
Yeah.
So I was like, how did they even understand what I'm singing, let alone vote for, my work? So I feel privileged, and it also highlights how music transcends all cultures and can reach out to people of all different walks of life.
And language is never a barrier.
Yes,
when
that's
it comes
true.
to music. But then again, the Journey album.
Yes.
What was the journey like?
Oh, wow. I think the Journey album started with a hymn, actually. It started with "'Tis So Sweet." And I did 70%, about 70 or 80% of the album with Coda. He produced most of it. So
were you in town for it, or you were working virtually?
No, we were working virtually most of the time, yeah. So because it was a journey, we became friends, so again, may his soul rest in peace. His funeral's next week.
Yes.
I hope you're attending. I'll see you there.
I will monitor it virtually.
Okay. So sending love and prayers to all his family and his loved ones who are hurting at this time. He's been a big influence in my music, and I'm just so glad and privileged that I got a chance to work with him. It was indeed a journey, and when you listen to it, it goes up and down, different genres, different themes, and it came together as one Kutin album.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
When the songs come from the heart,
Yes.
I think people can relate to it.
Yeah.
And let's talk about your philanthropic work as well.
Yes.
You're very passionate about people.
Yes.
Is that why you went into physiotherapy?
Yeah, because, physio, you work with people of everybody needs physical therapy because everybody gets injured, everybody has joint pain, everybody has back pain. So that's one of the reasons why I went into physiotherapy. And this year we decided it's not an initiative that surrounds physiotherapy, but we decided to do the Hear Me Out initiative, which is raising money to buy hearing aid batteries for hearing impaired children, because that is something that affects their daily lives. So some of these children, they're donated hearing aids, but they can't use them because of the simple batteries that they put in the hearing aids. And this affects everything: their school, their ability to play with friends, their ability to interact at home, their development. It affects everything. So we decided to undertake that, and we'll be doing a presentation next week in Kumasi at Konfanoche Hospital, hopefully.
Okay. So how many children are likely to benefit from this initiative?
Our goal was to help about 100 children.
Okay.
I think we're almost there. You can still donate, by the way.
Through what means?
So if you head to my Instagram, Dr. Kutin, there's a button there that you can donate. You can also head to my website at dramakutin.com. You can donate there, or you can send Momo to my team. Which
you can mention the number.
Yeah, the number is 054 777 77 I'll take it again, 054-777-7718. And you can donate to this worthy cause.
And what would you say is that magical moment where you felt like this philanthropic work of yours is it's indeed fulfilling? What's that moment? Have you had any moment like that?
Well, we're yet to have more of those moments, but I love seeing the smile on people's faces when you touch their lives.
Yeah.
And I hope and pray that to God that I'll be able to touch more people through my music and the ministry
As well. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have any upcoming projects?
So I have a program tomorrow,
Okay.
actually, at Day Spring Adventist Church. It's over at Advent Press in Labadi. It starts at 10 a.m. So you can come and be blessed by some good music.
Okay.
Aside from that, nothing really, right?
So tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow morning.
Mention the location again.
Yes, at Day Spring Adventist Church.
Okay.
At Advent Press in Labadi, right across the street from Laboni.
You want to speak?
So,
All right. You just introduce yourself. Your name?
Okay, I'm Kwejo Jechibwachi Ansa.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So and you're with Dr.
Yes, I'm
Ama
with
Kutin.
Dr. Ama Kutin.
All right. So where exactly is the event taking place?
It's at the Advent Press. And the church is the Day Spring Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Okay.
And when you're heading from Laboni,
Okay.
turning to Labadi, the first turn, that's where the church
Is
is.
it on the left?
On the right.
On the right.
When you're heading towards Laboni.
No, when you're heading
from
towards Labadi.
to Labadi.
From
Yeah.
Laboni.
Okay.
So
From
where you-
Laboni.
Yeah, to
Labadi.
Labadi. So where you're taking the turn. So
That first right.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
the
Where
vet-
Mawako is?
Beyond
Mawako.
yes.
Okay. But that
That
Mawako
turn, yeah,
turning.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So
all right.
come and be blessed by good music. I expect to see you there.
Okay, I will try. I will try to be there. But what has been, one of those remarkable moments you have had combining physiotherapy and, professionally singing as well? You talked about the COVID experience and everything. What has been that special moment you look back and say that this is definitely God?
Oh, there's been many. There's been many moments. A lot of times I try to fuse my music and also physical therapy, because
Do you sing for your patients sometimes?
I do.
Okay.
I do sing for my patients sometimes. Not all the time, but
sometimes,
sometimes to break the ice, to build rapport, because a lot of these patients, they're hurting. They're
Yeah.
going through pain. They're in different environments. You've stripped them of their identity because now they're in a hospital gown. Most of them can't see their family because there's still COVID restrictions.
Yeah.
So they get depressed while they're in the hospital. So when you walk in their room and, start singing, it cheers them up,
Wow.
and I've had many instances where somebody who is just down and out, has responded so well to therapy because I added music. to it.
Wow.
It's been a blessing.
That's beautiful, and it's very touching to hear. Any final words?
Well, to listen to Dr. Ama Kutin's music, please head to all music platforms, wherever you listen to your music, whether Spotify, Apple Music, Boomplay, iTunes. I'm on every platform. Just type in Ama Kutin. That's AMA, and the Kutin is KUTIN, as in Nancy.
Okay.
And you can find my music there. You can find my socials on dramakutin.com. Or you can head to my Instagram, Dr. Ama Kutin. Facebook is Ama Kutin, and TikTok is Dr. Ama Kutin.
Okay, great.
I'd like to say a big shout out to my family, my 2 kids, my husband, and my parents who I've left back home.
Okay.
77 Africa, my management team. Thank you so much for all the hard work that you're doing. Am I forgetting anybody? No? Thank you so much for having me
Great.
here.
But you shuffle between Ghana and
Yes.
the U.S.? Okay.
Yeah. So I try to come as much as possible.
Okay.
And we do appreciate, you having us on this platform, because I know there's a lot of things, there's a lot of programs, but we really do appreciate you. And thank you to all your listeners as well.
All right. Thank you too for coming, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
For tomorrow's event, and also keep doing the amazing philanthropic work that you're doing as
Thank
well.
you.
God richly bless you.
Thank you.
All right then. Thank you so much. I think I should end with Ayadom, right? Definitely. We are all here by the grace of God.
Amen.